Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another magical moon massage. This is the Peace Dealer. I'm in beautiful El Paso, Texas, and yeah, my sister braided my hair so I can detangle it. Looks like your boy's gonna be rocking cornrows. I never thought I would ever, in my entire life, rock cornrows. Actually, I never even thought I would entertain locks. I told my sister I was gonna do freeform locks, and she looked at me like I was a hopeless case, and she convinced me to just cornrow them instead. But hey, this is this. I didn't know, growing your hair out, it was so high maintenance. All y'all who be working on your hair every day, I don't know how y'all do it. So if you see me just cut it all off and it's short, that's why. But other than that, I'm gonna be rocking the cornrows for a while. And I wanted to share that. First, I wasn't even gonna mention it. I was gonna say nothing and be like, "Oh, he's rocking braids now." But I mentioned it because it has everything to do with this natural Moon and Taurus transit. This is a quickening of your auto nervous system. Hence, this message being titled the quantum auto nervous quickening. You have auto nervous functions that function autonomously within you. The reason why you don't have to think about how to breathe and you just breathe automatically and blood gets transferred to your brain and everywhere automatically. Can you imagine if you had to do these microscopic functions on your own? Think about all the unique autonomous functions that each of your body parts are doing without you even having to be conscious. So, honor your subconscious mind, honor that part of yourself. This transit at the quantum level, and I know quantum is a word that people throw out there as shit. I did when I first learned about it because it just sounds spiritual and scientific. But, at the quantum level, which is the smallest unit that you can measure, if you think Planck length and subatomic particles, you are quickening your spirit's relationship with your auto nervous system. This isn't necessarily anything that you're going to actually experience until the moon goes into the sign of enlightenment in Gemini and now gives you a receptive experience of what you just went through yesterday and today, quickening your auto nervous system, where you'll actually be receptive to everything that was manifested. We just stepped through activation time, and everything that you activated was an updated seed of the next level and frontier of your conscious ability to live your life. And I mean, it's beautiful out here. I'm not even going front. El Paso is a beautiful city. Shout out to Texas. See that land over there? That's Juarez, Mexico. We're like right. So yeah, I just wanted to bring up the whole notion of having to deal with a change of style that you weren't necessarily expecting. You see it in my hair, but for some of you, this could be more internal. My rising is Taurus. That's why you can see it physically on my appearance. But yeah, keep that in mind. This is definitely getting ready with the 5th house Taurus aspect to Capricorn Sun as we activate this new moon in Sagittarius and we get ready to complete it with the full moon in Cancer. This is now post first quarter square. After the first quarter square, we integrate coming into the full moon, and everything that we've activated, now we're getting ready to literally quicken our auto nervous system, integrate this enlightenment of incredible awareness. Boom. Now complete that with an actual sincere expression of incredible awakening power. Okay? It's going to be very subtle because obviously Taurus is very chill unless the bull gets mad. Moo. I'm not a cat. I go meow. I don't go meow. I go moo. So a lot of realizations or revelations could almost go under your radar unless you really stop and smell the roses. This is going to manifest undoubtedly at a physiological level the sum total of your supernatural abilities. The moon squared 0 degrees Saturn and Jupiter. Mind you, we just activated them. So this manifestation is taking the activation of your spirit and converting that energy physically to be the foundation for you to gain an enlightened perception when the moon goes into Gemini. And so this is with the conjunction to Uranus, employing this quantum quickening, utilizing at the subatomic level particles and aspects of your own soul and spirit to aid in this great day to go within and to really just see where you're led. This isn't really about forcing anything as much as it is about changing your mind around aspects of yourself that you've been blocking because you've been seeing wrong. Especially concerning abilities. Many of you feel like you need to spark abilities, but you are always born with abilities. Many of you have just been taught to suppress them because you look at certain aspects of yourself as bad when they're neither bad or good. They're just functions. So this is going to sort through perhaps maybe ways you've been blocking yourself and sealing yourself. Some of you will come to the realization that you don't really need to activate anything. You just need to release blocks, and that will naturally circulate energy you've always had. This is definitely a great period of days to uncover a grand treasure that will go more into the utilization of this collective Capricorn Earth energy. But outside of that, Venus is still in Sagittarius. Your heart is still ascending to show you higher beauty. And as it continues to square Neptune, just be open to the synchronicities you receive about situations that don't seem possible now, but it's tapping you in to an existential quality of vibration outside this time and space. A lot of you will continue to connect with people who you share a connection with in the astral realm, which is outside of time and space. And so don't be worried about how to make that make sense here. Draw on that energy, ground it here, and bring that into those situations. This is how you bring heaven on earth. But other than that, very, very amazing day. Whether you're festive or you really tap into the holiday spirit, this is still a turning point in our times, and this is definitely the calm before the storm of revolution that's amongst us. Jupiter has officially taken over Saturn, and so you have to understand, up until then, expansion was trailing and following karma and limitation. Now we're about to really expand forth. Saturn will never surpass Jupiter for a while. Jupiter is getting ready to enter Pisces as soon as March. And so you're going to see some of the most rapid accelerated expansion. I don't think we've ever seen Jupiter move through a sign this quick before it retrogrades back. So that's one thing I want to keep with you, because today is one of those days where, boom, ironically on Christmas Day, where bam, or Saturnalia, or Chronia, whatever you celebrate, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, this is the day where Jupiter moves a degree ahead of Saturn. And Saturn, like, remember, Jupiter will never trail behind Saturn again. And so this is moving forward a narrative of your own collective and personal, or the collective and your own individual evolution, and being able to draw in this knowledge for real. Whether you're romantically inclined or not, you have important and relevant soulmate contacts that will also establish themselves on this day, mostly with family, but also with soul family. And as it presents itself, it's not going to present itself in the traditional postmodern romantic context that you expect. It's going to present itself in the opposite way, in facets that don't look like they can work, because everyone involved is having to connect at their higher self level. So many of you are breaking free of the limitations, and you're going to meet and connect with people who are also breaking free from their limitations, romantic or platonic. And so on the surface, it'll look like it can't work, but that's only because both of you are breaking free from old limitations, expanding into this new cycle, into literally the new world. One thing I want to leave you with is the whole method, and this is no one's fault really. I don't want to say we're victims, but Stockholm syndrome is a real thing, and for like generations it's been applied. So the whole model and mechanism of how we live this natural life is obsolete. It's not even really natural. Like, you're a spirit being. The fact that we're just now coming into spirit, it was never our birthright. We were supposed to always live spirit-filled lives. The whole notion of being able to astral project and live a life in the spirit with this natural life as a base, that was really your true birthright, where you could explore. But you know, evil, greedy, fallen angels, negative spirits have enslaved us and kept us in this 3D dense natural world. You really live in 5D. When you see people saying we're upgrading to 5D, your spirit is like a game that you can activate, and your base physical body can enable you to travel with your spirit when you travel with your mind. But over generations, we've been stunted to just be limited to this materialist, reductionist, quote unquote paradise, which is really just bondage. But not anymore. We're breaking out of that. And so this is why, you know, some of you may have been feeling crazy. The life you know you're meant to live in your soul is contrasting with this fake reality that we're force-fed. And what's going to happen with this moon in Taurus is all this suppressed energy, right? If this was never suppressed, we were gradually going to latently awaken these abilities, but these were so suppressed. So boom. So what's going to happen is people whose psyches have been slowly but surely deteriorating or going crazy because they're forced to accept a fake reality that at the soul level they know isn't real and there's something realer. This energy that gets released is going to make them normal, sane. The people who kind of compartmentalize this and made themselves believe this is real, this energy is going to manifest and they're going to go fucking crazy. It's not that they're going crazy, but they're having to deal with suppressed energy that they have never acknowledged and have suppressed and projected on other people who reflect that. Whereas you have always honored it. So when it comes up, it's not going to be weird to you. You've always honored it. It's going to be like you found a lost part of yourself that's finally accepted. And you're going to have to help those who go fucking insane because this is going to be mirrored by collective events that reflect this within us. So don't be surprised if something very, very catastrophic or chaotic, not scary, but very, you know, controversial happens today, tomorrow, or a moon in Gemini, or the full moon. Regardless, this moon in Taurus is about grounding your greatest power and getting ready to know your body in a way you've never known it before. And until next time, folks, peace.